Hi, welcome to today's video newsletter. My name is Tom Rich. I work for .comsecrets.com and I help out with the marketing. Today I'm going to help you out by talking about pricing. Pricing is actually a concept that a lot of business owners have questions over. And this is a really complex topic, so if I don't cover everything, simply go back to the website. There's volumes on this. So anyway, pricing. There are two main strategies for this. One of them is called a skimming strategy, okay? Now, with skimming strategy, you have low numbers of customers, but you have very high profit margin. Now, there's the obvious benefit of this is that you don't have to sell many of them to make a lot of money. The obvious downside of it is that customers being what they are, if you don't have those few sales every month, you're obviously going to have a harder month. So the opposite of that strategy is known as the mass strategy, where you get high number of customers, but a low profit margin. Now, a lot of companies ask, well, what's the right strategy? And that really, really depends upon what you're going for. If you want to have a huge, huge list where you're constantly mailing to customers and you're building relationships with them and all of those other things, then a low strategy is going to work. But if you want to have an exclusive relationship where it's a one-on-one and you're sending fine crafted letters to them and just very intimate pieces, then you're going to go with the other one. There is no right strategy, but let me tell you this. This is the motto you need to live by, and it's you're only worth what you think you are, and you're only worth what you're asking for. So, for instance, if I were to say to you that I have a brand new Mercedes, it's only had one owner or whatever, and I'm willing to sell it to you for $3,000. Brand new Mercedes that's normally $53,000. The first question that should be coming out of your mind is, what's wrong with it? Now, if I were to tell you that I have a brand new Yugo, and I'm willing to sell it to you for $53,000, obviously you're going to have a problem with that too, because in your mind you already know what a car is worth. You know that a Mercedes is a top of the line, again, a skimming strategy, and you know that the Yugo is something there that's they want to get as many of them out there as possible, and there's not a lot of profit built into it. So let's talk about one of my favorite examples, which is ice cream. Ice cream is, obviously I eat enough of it, but ice cream is one of those really, really interesting sections or aisles in the grocery store. If you walk down it, you'll see that there are dozens and dozens and dozens of different brands. But what happens is you'll find that the costs associated with making a really, really nice brand like a Haagen-Dazs or a Ben & Jerry's is slightly higher than the costs associated with making the store brand or some other lower level brand. The difference is in the marketing, in the packaging, and in the price. Most definitely in the price. Because what happens with that is that because they're asking for more, you perceive that it's worth more. Now, there was recently a study, if you got a chance, go look for this. It's a study that was done by Caltech and Stanford, where they actually did a study where they put a bottle of wine in front of somebody and said, drink this wine and tell me how you think it tastes. And people who've paid $90 for a bottle of wine think that it was better tasting than when they spent $10 for the same bottle of wine. Now, so what does that tell you? Price dictates a ton in terms of how satisfied your customer is going to be. And so if you were to charge $1,000 for something that is normally a $500 product, they're going to have a higher level of overall satisfaction. Whereas if you were only going to charge $500 from it, they're going to expect the same level of service, and there's not as much profit built into it. So I always recommend people go for more of the skimming strategy because you start approaching or finding a self-selecting client. They're willing to pay more, but they're also hoping to get more, but they don't necessarily pester you to the same degree as somebody that that came in and did a bargain hunt. Because if the bargain hunters are in there, they want more resources, more time, more customer service. And believe me, and most of you out there are probably nodding your head saying, oh yeah, I remember when I've done that. Or I remember when customers have done that to me. So price is a huge, huge topic. But in essence, you're only worth what you're willing to ask for. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video newsletter. My name's Tom Rich. If you want more information like this, go to the website, .comsecrets.com. If you're a member, just log in, check out the videos, the MP3s, the articles that we've got on this. Otherwise, if you're not a member, go to .comsecrets.com and sign up. Because, man, there's a ton of information in there, and you're going to definitely be happy you did. Thanks again. I hope you enjoyed today.